paramount ruler of the great oil-rich Idjerhe Kingdom in Ethiopia West local government area of Delta State, His Royal Majesty King Obokoko Monday Ato Whiskey JP Idjerhe I have sounded off on Seplat Energy PLC to, as a matter of urgency, regularize the appointment of sons and daughters of the kingdom and be more actively involved in the development of Idjerhe. Monarch was speaking at his palace in Idjerhe during a courtesy visit by the newly appointed Chief Operating Officer of Seplat, Mr. Samson Shibogu Ezugore, to officially unveil himself to the monarch and familiarize himself with the kingdom. In his remark, Mr. Ezugore thanked the king and Idjerhe people for the warm reception as he aims to foster the good working relationship between Idjerhe Kingdom and Seplat, as Idjerhe has been a peaceful host to Seplat and such peace is paramount to continue. In his response, the Idjerhe king lamented the shortage of staff from his kingdom in Seplat, despite boasting highly qualified and ready sons and daughters in the kingdom, and urged Seplat to, as a matter of urgency, regularize the appointment of his subject to create for a more peaceful and amicable operation between the kingdom and the company.
It might sound funny that amongst the royal fathers that you are working with in the whole of Seplat, I'm the only one that rejected your contracts, simply because you have not treated the Idjerhe Kingdom as a brotherly kingdom. We have 18 sons and daughters that work with Seplat, including the prince of this land. They are all contract staff for about 10 years. I think it's derogatory. Idjerhe is the only kingdom where you work today. I learned to have one staff, just one among the very lost. And the last I asked, they said because they were not educated. The last time I checked, I recommended 7 persons to Seplat. The list of them is the one with master's degree. There's even one with PhD. There are those whose my sons and daughters are working under today. My sons and daughters are better qualified, but because their communities are violent and they take them as staff to bust my children, it's unacceptable. And so when your people came, they wanted to help the kingdom, they want to bring contract. I told them I don't run contract. If I must run contract for any reason, I should have reason to say my son is. Who will carry the file then? I will come to your office to carry file. It's not possible. And so for now, if it takes you 10 years to recognize that Idjerhe is part of people who contribute to the wealth of Seplat, you will regularize the appointment or the employment of these my sons and daughters. That is one. When your people came, the former MD, they tried to talk me to, I told them no. What justification do I have to tell my people, Idjerhe wado, maybe contractor Seplat your so I see it as funny, and because they wanted to see that, they want to see their practical approach, they approved 1 kilometer road. 1 kilometer, more than a year now, is yet to take off. But this road you are driving now is Delta State government. The last they came, this is the Prime Minister of the Kingdom. There are adjoining roads here. We measure, we did everything to his palace and everything. They are here, some people they call MPDC. That they are want. If there is a problem here, will MPDC come? You are the one that will know. When you were in share, if you go to enjoy, you know how many times they used to grant your shopper. People will come and grant each other, you're not going back to you are the federal government that they know. I want to see that in the next couple of weeks, go to your site there, go and do that route, so that the road to the palace of Juzi will be notable like this one. I'm not a selfish king. I used to be the spokesperson of the entire Niger Delta oil and gas producing communities in Nigeria. So I am not a new person to the politics of oil. But I am a new person to the politics of oil company working in my place, and yet my people cannot work. Last 2 months, there was going to be a major problem here when people wrote on Facebook that Seplat brought $7 billion to the kingdom and that I took chunk of the money. Unfortunately, I was building a small house, a new hall. I said, would these people come here and say, it's the money that I'm using? I just thank God that thank God I didn't take Seplat contract. If I had taken the contract, maybe I would not be here. I am not afraid of what people will say, but I am afraid that at my level, at my knowledge, I'm seated here on the throne. On the 4th of November, I'll be 2 years on the throne. What scorecard will I be giving to the kingdom? I should be able to tell the kingdom that after the visit of the COO, of the 18 people that 10 are now staff, that of the recommended people, 3 of them are now staff, that is a good scorecard. I think that is what Idjerhe wants me to say. Yes. So that Idjerhe Monarch, because you people will be coming, you'll be coming. I'm more interested in my children working in Seplat coming to pay me homage. Because Seplat coming to pay me homage and my children are not able to pay homage themselves. Lambert, I didn't ever. You not see Bele. He need more money. It's an adopted son. So, yes, so his paper is here. So, COO, look into that area critically. Should you find problem with any governmental agency at the Abuja level, there are those that I know there. I just gave you a rundown of share. Nice to tell you I did something there. I don't believe that as a royal father I should be the one giving ultimatum. But I strongly believe that as a royal father I can advise you. My people's patience is running out. And you know you are coming here very soon to do a major job. So as you go home, look at this document. I'm going to hand them over to you. This boy here, he doesn't let me sleep. He's always on my neck. How can you have a master's in petroleum engineering and you are seated at home riding Okada? Is that not a shame? People will be asking, what is your king doing? My duty is to protect their interests. My duty is to make sure that the few ones that are educated are giving jobs. Are they talking about? Idjerhe we you know now. Obo mi me Seplat here. Oji obi Seplat kwa ka ifo kilo oro nana. Obara mu de je mesiaye. Sino ma wo fu Idjerhe. Si o wo pona. So that I will give you my card. You call me, Your Majesty, I have approved this, I will call them so that I can be posterior to them. Not be making you work. Are they telling you? Give me Pobalo. No, shame you. You know, say, as a better son-in-law. King cannot give you document and you go and keep them home.
Idjerhe Town, you're watching Rero TV. My name is Rero Boss.